It is well known that time is the most precious commodity which we cannot really get back anymore. A vacation missed is a vacation missed. However, education, when we were young, we have been told, go study, and if you study well, your life will be well. When in reality, that only handcuffs us. As more educated people are, as more specialists they are, as more they're handcuffed to their job and do not have time to do the things they cherish in life. I really hope people cherish work, whatever it is they do, and I'm speaking to doctors mainly, and I know that almost all doctors we over 30 years spoke and consulted, they do cherish their work. Hi, my name is Helmut Flash, and I want to talk to you about how to have more time in your life for things you cherish, whether those things are going to be just fun on the beach, with your family, with your children, with your grandchildren, whether that is traveling the world for educational purpose for yourself or doing things like doctors across borders or whatever it may be you like to do, how can you get the time for that? That is this topic. What I'm going to talk today about it is a tiny bit different. And yes, there is something at the end I have for sale. I won't sell it to you on this video. What I have for sale is an appointment. It's a time, 45 minutes to 60 minutes, depends on how many questions you have, to talk to me and or my crew about how we can create an additional passive income for you, with you, but mainly we do it for you, which is larger than your current income practice, even though I do not know how much that is. Why? Because it is literally unlimited. Keep in mind, I said literally unlimited. But let's just talk $40,000 to $60,000 a month. Does it come overnight? Absolutely, positively not. Does it come without a cost to you? Absolutely, positively not. Could you do it alone, without us? Absolutely, positively, yes. Will you ever do it? Very, almost absolutely, positively, never. The work is too much. You will not do it. Keep in mind, you are currently handcuffed to your job. Regardless of whether the medical profession goes good for you, having a practice, a dental practice or whatever, or whether it doesn't go so well for you, would it be wrong to assume that an extra source of income where you spend literally no time at it would be a good thing? Is that wrong to assume? If it isn't, listen another couple minutes. The area has to do with the internet, with the online business. The world has changed enormously how people buy and how people sell and how people do business, how people have meetings, how people do not travel anymore because they can have meetings online and etc. Nothing is absolute. But would you disagree with me heavily if I tell you that this trend of online doing business, online shopping, is enormous, and it has only just begun? It's still in the baby shoes. There is no doubt about it. It will get bigger and bigger and bigger. Missing out on that opportunity is much worse than missing out on Apple stock, missing out on Facebook, missing out on Ford Motor Company, missing out on Microsoft and things like that. Much, much worse. Why? Because the returns on a bare dollar invested are much, much huger. The internet has, besides of doing business on the internet, it makes it possible for the little guy with little money, I didn't say no money, even though that would work if you do all the work yourself, except you won't do it. It's tedious work, it's not in your DNA, and it is a lots of work. People who make money on the internet do not work. They work a lot. Well, maybe after a few years, they work much less, mainly because they have people to do all the work for them. And yes, you need to start off like that, by having right away people do all the work for you. And it's possible on the internet. That is literally in any other profession not possible. The beauty about the internet is that you can go in with extremely little money. In order to make $10,000 on the stock market monthly, you would have to have a $1.2 million first to have it to put it in, to make $10,000, lousy $10,000 that is, all right? Because 1.2 million, 10% is 120,000, that divided by 12 months is 10,000 a month. 2, 3, and 5 times as much of money can and will be created with a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the $1.2 million. But it's still not nothing, and it doesn't come overnight. Give us a call to find out. Even if you, for some reason, not go on our program, here's what people tell us who did this appointment. I'm glad I did it. It's not for me, it's not for me now, I can't now, blah, 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 whatever the reason is, but they admit that they're now looking at the internet business, at what all can be done, how it can be done, how relatively easy it is to make. Keep in mind, there are 10-year-old kids on the internet making millions. It can be done. There's so many opportunities, it is probably enormously confusing to even look at them. And anybody attempting to get involved in all of them will, just like with all massive opportunities, not get into any of it. Actually, you're probably not really looking for opportunities as such. You're looking for something which is relatively secure, relatively safe, duplicatable, a system, which from day one on it has a hell of a chance of getting you to a level where you never need your practice anymore, and at that point you decide whether you want to have your practice or not. And by the way, if for any reason more new patient is part of what you think you want for another few years or for a long time, whatever your desire at this moment is, I will tell you this. Due to the fact that we will be creating an internet juggernaut for you, more new patient is part of it. I will explain it to you. Give us a call. Thank you very much for listening.